business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to a mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right, guys, look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get him.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
In today's rapidly evolving energy landscape, compliance is more than just a checklist. It's the foundation of operational reliability, safety, and trust. And here in Indianapolis, we're honored to be at the heart of that mission. We collaborate with asset owners, operators, helping them stay ahead of NERC standards and grid demands. Our electrical engineering and compliance experts provide hands-on support tailored to your fleet. As expectations rise and regulations evolve, you deserve a partner who brings more than just expertise. You need commitment, clarity, and confidence.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort, fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the south side of Indianapolis. Providence Cristo Ray taking on Herron here once again for the final game for Providence Cristo Ray before they open up their sectional standings. Once again, they'll have the winner of Emirates and Central Christian. And let's go ahead and thank our title sponsors for tonight's game, starting with Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local hometown John dealer since 1955 with 5 Central Indiana locations. Reynolds meets all your equipment, parts, and service needs. Boilermaker Local 374, representing skilled workers across Indiana. Discover the Boilermaker advantage with Local 374. Burtner Electric, your spark with confidence, your trusted electrical partner since 1986. Wheeler Mission, helping your neighbors in need since 1893, thanks to generous, caring individuals like you. The Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Let us help you find your next opportunity. LifeWise Academy. LifeWise Academy brings Bible education to public school students during school hours. Learn more at lifewise.org. LIUNA, the Build America Union, 500,000 strong, fighting for better wages, safer job sites, and greater opportunity. And finally, the IndianaSRN sports page, high school, college, and pro sport coverage daily. Go to IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. I'm Justin Griffiths, and alongside me is Craig Cox. Coach, this is going to be a very interesting game between two evenly matched opponents.
No, it is. I think that certainly – I think Providence has probably had a little bit more of the battle tested throughout the schedule, but you're right, Justin. I think that a lot of them bring similarities in terms of what their personnel possesses. I think obviously Providence has a little bit more of the big with Durison. Might be a little things for Herron to handle, see what they might throw at him. But at the same time, the 12 weeks has ran the gamut, in terms of the season. Now it's, that last fine-tuning piece before you actually get into sectional play next week.
Now, you've been a coach and at this level. What if for Providence Cristo Ray, what are you looking forward before you go into sectional games on next Friday?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, there's the season has given you and shown you everything that you're going to see anything in a sectional, whether you've played the teams that are within your sectional or not. It's more now about just knowing, you spend about the first 4 to 5 weeks trying to find out who you are as a team, a little bit of identity purposes with personnel. But I think a big part of it now is just understanding that when you get to a tournament play, even though you're playing for something a little bit more, the game's not going to present anything that you haven't seen already. So don't make it bigger than what it is.
And for Herron, they have one more game against Emirates after this one tomorrow night. What do you look forward to them here tonight, especially when they got to go back-to-back?
Well, again, there's parts of the season where they've been through the back-to-backs, sometimes even 3 games in a week. And so that's not uncharted, territory. The nice thing that Providence would like is a little bit of scouting after playing Herron tonight. Herron's going to be playing against Eminence, where you have Providence Cristo Ray playing the winner between Eminence and Central Christian next Friday. And more than likely that's going to be Eminence. But I think the biggest thing is owning what you have in terms of your responsibility, being in a place where you're just trying to minimize less mental mistakes that a lot of times will cost you in tournament play.
And Herron is the 3A school going up against Cristo Ray, a 1A. I know size doesn't necessarily always mean anything, but in this way, does it mean something with being a 3A versus a 1A school opponent?
No, I don't think so. There's across the board. Now, I think it's relative to what teams you might be talking about that are playing cross-class, if you will. I don't think it means much within these two. I think that it's common. There's a lot of times you can find a team that's in a lower class that's sometimes better than the larger class. I don't think you really have so much that here tonight. I think that they are pretty evenly matched. I think, Providence has the better, flashier record, if you will, in terms of, being right at 500, whereas Herron's, 6 or 7 games, 8 games under at 500 now. But I think at the same time that they're very well evenly matched. I think the biggest thing is going to be is just what Herron throws at them defensively and how they try to neutralize Durison. He's a big guy, but again, that's 6'6" and averaging double-double at 18 and 12 and can cause some situations, but at the same time, defensively, it's what they put on him.
Yeah, we talked about Durison, and he is definitely the biggest one for Cristo Rey coming into tonight's game. And really, at the beginning of the season, it was the Durison show. But I think the more that we've been able to see Cristo Rey, the more we've seen players like Aiden Martinez step up, Brian Parker step up, and even Elijah Grimes, who, you were talking to Coach Miller, he's taken a step back in a role, but he has excelled off the court and in the classroom.
Yeah, no, there's no question. I think this is a young man he's a third-year starter, started as a sophomore, and he has had a little bit more of a diminished role this year, but still, is kind of like a glue for their team. He's a model student athlete, one that is on a full ride academic scholarship to Notre Dame. He's one that's the National Honor Society. He's an officer with the Student Council. It's just a great representation for what Coach Miller and the Wolves certainly want as part of their program, or any program for that matter, as you're seeing some of the senior day activities take place, which is certainly always a neat part for the players, but probably a little bit more even for the parents. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is, with Durison is a big part of what they do. But at the same time, I think Herron's just going to have to do some things to really take his cutaway, trying to get him a little bit further from the basket, making him a little bit more uncomfortable. He's averaging, around 65, 66% he's shooting from the field. So a lot of that is coming in the mid-range game.
He played a lot in the game against Indiana School of the Deaf. In the first half was Durison, but he did not play in the second half. That was interesting for me to see. But we talked to Coach Miller, and he said that he's good to go. And we'll talk more about that after this break. You're watching Senior Night here at Cristo Rey on IndianaSRN.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back again to doing Senior Night here at Providence Cristo Rey High School. We mentioned before we went to the break that Durison played a lot in that first half against Indiana School of the Deaf. He did not play in the second half. Earlier in their first game of the week, or last week when they played math and science, Durison was questionable to go, so obviously he's healthy. As like I said, Coach Miller didn't mention anything to us about Durison not being on a time-sensitive schedule.
Well, and I think Coach Geisman for Herron and Miller for Providence. I mean, any time you're in a late game, or even in the case of Providence, you're in your last game, you're Herron, you still got one tomorrow. You're just hoping you can get through the weekend. So you go into sectional with, a healthy roster. Always doesn't happen that way. One other note to talk about Durison, too, is this is a young man that scored his 1,000th point even before Christmas. So, has had a great career, and he'll be playing at the next level at Manchester College next year. And Manchester obviously will have a first-year coach, so it's the first recruiting class that Tavar will be part of. So it's a neat opportunity for him, and certainly one that you, again, as we mentioned before, trying to get your final tune-ups before they head into sectional play next week. both these teams, too, as I think we talked about earlier, both did get a bye and will have a play-in on next Friday.
Yeah, we mentioned that Cristo Rey had the bye. Herron also got the bye. They got a tough opponent either way. They have the winner of Cathedral and Shortridge.
Yeah. No, I mean, you look at that in sectional 26, obviously at the 3A class, sectional 26 is one that's certainly the heavy favorites there is probably, I shouldn't say heavy, but the favorite is probably Cathedral, but it's a close one right there with Addicts too. Those two are certainly will battle it out as they do every year in sectional 26, and so it'll be interesting, but it's certainly a tough, tall task for Herron to be able to go into their first game next Friday.
Going around the other parts of the state, there's, as we get to sectional week, what are some of the other sectionals that maybe we're not covering as a station, but you're looking forward to watching play out a little bit more?
10 always is a really big one in 4A, and then, I think you got the one with Fishers and Noblesville. I mean, that's always the flashy one, right? I mean, it's Weisinger has done an unbelievable job there at Fishers and the streak that they continue to be on, and even riddled by a little bit of injuries with Jason Gardner Jr. Throughout a good portion of the year, but really still being able to hold serve. And, we're on the great cusp of time. I mean, we go into tomorrow with, even on the girls' side with the state championships, having 4 on task down at Gamebridge. And so as soon as the girls get done, the boys kick off. So it's an exciting time. We say it every year, how the season goes so quick. You think 12 weeks and teams playing anywhere from 20 to 23 games, but it does go quick, and as it did in the fall. Fall's probably even a little quicker, and then you head into spring, which gets real quick, from your rainouts and things like that, and early cold weather and condensed season. So it's exciting, and certainly an opportunity that IHSAA and obviously that they provide with SRN and being able to carry a lot of these games to where everyone that is viewing this gets on a front row seat, and it's certainly been a great time to be able to bring these games to your living room and wherever you're watching.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, sectional 8, that Carmel sectional, that's probably my main one, just because not only is it a top of the class in 4A for coming out of the north, I have personal intrigue in that just because I am a Carmel grad. But yeah, sectional 10, sectional 8, always the two that I pick in the bigger schools just because of the name recognition. You have LN, LC in 10, and then like we said, Carmel, Noblesville, that's always going to be a great matchup. Fishers, once they got established in the early 2000s, splitting away from HSE, they've been a problem in that sectional for years to come, and especially now, being highly ranked, and I believe at one point they were nationally ranked too.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
So it's going to be fun, and then you not only do you have the girls' championships, you have boys swimming this weekend, and then we go into the boys sectionals, and then we have March Madness. So that is always going to be fun. It's always going to be interesting, especially now that we host the Final Four this year.
Well, and it's not just with the Division I. I mean, it's unique this year with the city of Indianapolis, how they're hosting the championship games. Well, they have the NIT Final Four and championship here, but you got the city is hosting the NCAA Division I, Division II, and Division III championship, which was actually supposed to be done back in 20 or 21, I believe, back in Atlanta.
COVID year, yeah.
But because of COVID, they pushed that back. So it's neat to be able to have that highlighted in the Big Ten women. So it's a full slate, and we love it. And it's ending with girls basketball and kicking off with boys.
Yeah, you mentioned Division II, Division III. I also always have to throw in junior college in there. There's so much parity now in college basketball that it's fun to watch, and definitely at the junior college level, I say it's the second best tournament to go to.
Yeah, no, I had been to the JUCO tournament, and I don't know where's that actually?
Hutchinson, Kansas.
Yeah, I knew that's where it used to be, and I figured it might, but I wasn't certain.
Yeah, you got 23 games in 1 week to play them, all in one location. So it's going to be fun. This one's going to be fun, too, as we get ready for Providence, Cristo Rey, and Herron. We're going to step aside for the national anthem. You're watching this all on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Your business depends on quality, efficiency, and reliability. At Reynolds Farm Equipment, we help you stay ahead with John Deere commercial mowers built for performance. Whether you're maintaining parks, businesses, or neighborhood lawns, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. With expert service, flexible financing, and the best lineup of mowers in the industry, Reynolds keeps your operation running strong. Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local John Deere dealer since 1955.
Well, welcome back to Providence Cristo Rey High School as we get ready to do the starting lineup. Let's go ahead and kick it down to our PA announcer for the starting 5 for both teams. So there you have it. We have Grimes, Wingo, Parker, Martinez, Durison for the Wolves, and Parker, Smith, Clark, Young, or Allen, Stevens for Herron. Coach, final thoughts going into both these, going into tip-off here?
Well, I think both these teams certainly want to get out and run, have the open court, and I think it's going to really be how Herron neutralizes defensively against Durison. How well can they get him to be a little bit more uncomfortable, pushing him away a little bit more from the basket? I think the other thing will be is which team can be more effective in the half-court game will certainly be a big key for either team for a win tonight.
Last year, this game was 80-59 in favor of Providence. Cristo Ray, Herron. I know you don't pay much attention to the predictions, but Herron has this as a 2-point Cristo Ray win at 59-57. And Durison wins the tip. They kick it out to Wingo. And a quick turnover on the other side. Grimes or Parker just couldn't handle it.
Well, tough way to come out. You know, that obviously, again, unforced turnover, certainly ones that you want to cut down. You're always going to have some, but to come out in your first possessions, certainly a little concerning.
Great fans here tonight, as it is senior night. 3 in the corner, short, no good. Rebound by Durison.
Durison, again, he's one that's averaging 12 rebounds a game, so he's certainly going to get a lot of the caroms on both sides of the floor. And, again, he's always going to look to kind of post up mid-post. You don't really see him a lot on low block. It's more mid-post to high.
Yeah, he loves to flash as the top of the key three, no good, and out of bounds to Herron. Both teams playing man-to-man to start this out, with Cristo Ray putting a little bit of pressure. 3, no good, and again, still looking for our first points.
Well, on both teams out the gate, 3 shots combined between the two, and all more of the long ball at this point. Nice kick out here from Durison, and that's what you want, a lot of inside-out presence, get the defense to collapse and look for the kicks.
Parker to Wingo. Wingo, corner 3. Good is Grimes.
Well, good job there by the penetration by Wingo. Again, trying to get the defense to collapse. The biggest thing is, as Herron gets their look at a 3 as well, is getting them to collapse, but you got to have guys off the ball, setting their feet, ready to receive the ball, and getting ready to shoot. So certainly a good job, heads-up play there by Wingo.
First foul of the game goes against Josiah Clark of Herron, his first. And again, a couple of days ago we had spaces to sit. Now we do not, as this gym is packed. And with it being such a small gym, that has to be a huge factor for Providence Cristo Ray.
Well, certainly great to see, you know, not only being senior night, but did a great job. And shout out to administration, as certainly looked like we had Parker there with the attack, getting the miss and getting his own rebound, but a foul on it. But certainly a great job by administration, the athletic department as well, and doing all they can to try to make this not only a memorable night with the ceremonies, but also with the crowd as well.
C.J. Stevens with the foul as Parker missed the free throw. He did not shoot, or he was the only bright spot when it came to free throws the other night against Indiana School of the Deaf. He was 3 of 3 all in the second half. As a team, they were about 500 as Parker splits the pair. And again, just moving a little bit too fast is Herron, and it's Cristo Ray looking to extend this lead. Martinez. Wingo with the 3.
Well, both these teams are certainly liking the long ball so far with the attempts. Obviously, Providence Cristo Ray has hit 2 of theirs, deep balls.
And stolen away. Here's Parker on the other end to Martinez, who will lay it up off the glass. And there's the timeout. I was just about ready to ask you, Coach, when, if you're a Herron, do you call that timeout?
Well, certainly good fitting one where they're certainly down 9-0. So, I mean, this is one that you got to stop the bleeding at some point. But a lot of this is kind of self-inflicted with Herron in terms of, their unforced turnovers. There's been 3 already.
Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors throughout Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give us a call today at 317-849-0810. And, Coach, once again, starting out on a 9-0 run for Providence Cristo Rey has to be the best thing for Coach Miller.
Well, you love when the team comes out. I mean, obviously their opening possession wasn't what I'm sure he was looking for in terms of the unforced turnover. But since then, they've done a good job of ball movement, kind of inside, outside. A little bit off penetration has set up, obviously, 2 of their threes.
Ooh, and a little bit of two-thirds trap, and it forces another turnover for Herron.
Well, it's been tough because that's their 4th. They've only had 6 possessions, and 4 of them have been turnovers. So certainly not a way that you want to start out if you're Coach Geisman with Herron. And I think the biggest thing is taking care of the ball, not trying to get the cross-court passes.
Martinez on the other end almost losing, or did lose possession, but ball goes out of bounds, so stay here with the Wolves.
Providence looking at a little 4-out offense the last 2 or 3 times they've been down. And that's what you're going to get is a lot trying to get it into Durson. The defense is going to collapse. He's got to be in a position where he's mid-post or higher. He gets the follow up there.
And can't get the answer on the other way. It's a turnover for Providence Cristo Rey. As we'll get our substitution here. It is Bullock in for Martinez.
And Dalen's just a freshman, so certainly a great opportunity for him at such a young age to be able to get varsity experience.
3, nice. Top of the key, blocked by Durson. Contact, no call, and Smith gets the lay-in to end the 11-0 run.
Well, certainly needed that. Now, I mean, when you're here, you got to get stops when you're getting a score playing from behind like this.
Durson loses the handle. But he gets his own rebound. Nice floater there for
the freshman's Bullock. Just came into the game, so really getting in the action there. Good job of looking down the floor as far as to the open man. Great baseline penetration, getting a little floater.
Yeah, he had 7 points against School of the Deaf and 4 against Math and Science.
Basket there by Stevens. Nice flash, mid-post there. Really good fine interior pass and was ready to shoot. Didn't feel any defense. Good job spot shooting. And that's a part of the game that's really been lost is the mid-range game. You just don't see it. If it's not something in transition or something you're getting in the post, it's the 3 ball. So I love to see the mid-range game when we get glimpses of it.
Drive, no, but a foul.
Yes, love the rip to the hip getting downhill. Kind of had a guy beat getting to the basket, certainly playing through contact, was able to get his shot off. Couldn't get it to fall, but certainly great job there by Parker to get to the line.
Foul's going to go against Jaden Parker as Brian Parker Jr. for the Wolves are at the line. Again, missing the first free throw.
Well, these are the ones certainly that are important. When the clock stopped and, you got free looks at it in free throws, and you're not going to make them all, but, that kind of magic number as a team, you always want to be plus 70, but certainly want to be north of that individually, as Parker misses 2 of those and missed one earlier as well. So I think he's one for 4 now.
Yeah. Missed 3 on the other end by Jalen Parker. Brian gets it down low to Wingo to Durson. Free throw jumper by Durson's blocked. Bullock can't get it and is fouled on the next attempt.
Well, great job again by the young freshman. Good job with Durson finding the look down low, but you certainly had Bullock came up short there, but went back up, smaller guy, drawing fouls, kind of doing the mouse in the housework.
Again, Jalen Parker picks up his second. But another missed free throw for the Wolves. This was their story against Indiana Def. They played so well offensively and defensively, but as a team, they shot 50% from the foul stripe, and starting this one off even worse.
Well, and they're so important. We just talked about it, and remains to be seen if it's going to matter tonight, as missed another one. But I can tell you, when you get in tournament play, it just becomes that much more paramount.
Herron looking to find something offensively. Only 2 field goals so far. And again, Craig, when you said they had 4 or 5 turnovers to start the game, definitely not the best way.
Yeah, nice downhill attack right there that you got. Obviously, Young couldn't get it, but certainly like the movement that you got. Again, did a great job of reading his defender, getting downhill. But it's a tough shot, that he's got. And got the ball out of bounds here.
Another turnover for Herron. Reversed by Wingo. And once again, just able to extend this lead out to 9.
Well, I think some of the pressure is helping us. We certainly a nice move there by Young, getting to the basket and creating the and one. Herron just hasn't done a good job right now taking care of the ball. And obviously when you're giving it up like that and creating transitional points, which really both of these teams want, but I still think it even plays more in the hands of Providence as they've gotten their second basket here off transition.
Mason Young able to complete the 3-point play. Again, under 2 to play with Cristo Ray up by 8.
Like to see a little bit more ball pressure here from Herron. Make him put it on the floor as you got Durson putting it on the deck here, getting his head down and getting to the basket. I think when you allow him to get that deep with his length, and he's not only, tall, but he's long. I mean, he's got a really, really long arms, which even make it that much tougher when again, you let him get that deep to the basket. Most of the time has uncontested shots.
This is what I love, is Durson just going to work down low on the block and able to get another easy basket.
Well, and I talked about in the pregame about his ability. He's usually mid-post to high post. When you let him, again, get down that deep, it's going to be really, really tough unless you, as a defense, has somebody with some of that length to contest those shots that deep to the basket.
Dylan Bullock picks up the second team foul for Cristo Ray, and Jeffrey Allen will shoot 2 here. Under a minute of play, still looking to break into the scoring column. It is he, and he's able to do so. Again, it's early, but, well, never mind. I was going to say Herron was perfect from the foul line, but missing that free throw, they're still 2 of 3, while Cristo Ray is 1 of 5. Durson, free throw jumper is good, and he's at 8 points already.
Well, he's hit most of his being low post to this point, so that's the first time that he stepped out and knocked one down there from the keyhole.
Driving, kicking out. It's Herron. Another body foul on the floor. Are they going to say he was in the act of shooting?
Yeah, it looks like Smith will be going to the line. You got two coming here, or is he calling
No,
it
they're
out of
saying it
bounds?
on the floor.
No shot. No.
So Wingo with that quick inbound.
Good skip pass there. Good look. Nice shot, too.
Great shot by Jeffrey Allen. The first outside shot falling for Herron.
Well, and again, a lot of that setup, again, is your ability to be ready to shoot. You're kind of locked, you're loaded, and staying in the seam and the gap to be able to be accessible for that pass. So good job there by Allen.
Cristo Ray leads by 10 here on IndianaSRN.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with On Demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
BD Insurance, a company which understands your industry and what's on the line for you. Call Lance today at 812-522-5640. Again, Cristo Ray coming out of that 10-point lead, but really, if they would have made the free throws, they would have been up by 14 and in a better position than they are right now, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's one that they've tried to climb their way back. Certainly had a rough time about those first 5 or 6 possessions. Kind of honed in a little bit more, but they've kind of climbed back in this a little bit, certainly by drawing some fouls and knocking down the free throws, whereas, Providence certainly has done the same, but they just haven't knocked them down.
Mason Young loses the handle on it, and easy layup on the other end for Brian Parker. Corner 3 blocked by Martinez, but stays here.
Good penetration here, drawing 2. Again, being off the ball, ready to shoot. So really good possession there by Herron.
Elijah Smith drills the 3.
Really like to see Durson here, too, when he's posting up. If he doesn't get it, step out and get a ball screen or even screen off the ball. Got to see more activity in terms of just being stagnant and just holding your spot. When you do that, you allow your defender to do that or that defender to be more help side as well. So I think a big part is just the action.
Foul's going to go against Elijah Smith, his team's first in the second quarter. And Martinez will step to the line.
Yeah, I think they've missed their last 4 or 5 here, so hopefully he can get this knocked down here for the Wolves as he does. Aiden's just a sophomore, 6'7", so another big guy that Coach Miller has around for a few more years after Durson graduates this year. Knocks them both down.
Yeah, Martinez able to drill them both.
Showing some three-quarter court pressure, which is good. Sometimes you'll see that off of a free throw, creating a turnover here.
Wingo skies for it, gets it. Trying to lead Martinez and ends up being semi-successful. Going to go to Herron, however.
Yeah, I really like to get more what we used to talk about when I was coaching is more load to explode. You know, you get that deep to the basket, you got to have your feet underneath you and go straight up to be able to finish high. You're in a position where you're kind of got your body contorted around and just kind of flipping it up. You get that deep, certainly like to see more of a power game.
Yeah, I definitely heard my coach from different levels of basketball saying chin the ball, go up strong with it. And here, as they're tipping the ball around, as this is going to go to Cristo Ray, is you grab through the ball instead of trying to just meet the ball at its point. Again, favors Cristo Ray, but Durison could have had another rebound to add on to his already impressive career totals. And that one is short on the other end, and boy, it is physical.
Well, great job by Herron doubling down there on Durison again, trying to force him to pass where he tried to make the move with it, and certainly Herron got the turnover.
Again, head fake.
Good patience.
Driving is Parker, and he's going to draw the foul on Martinez, I believe.
Oh, great attack here by who is it? Jaden? Yeah, Jaden Parker. Drawing another flat foul. We mentioned earlier how they've done a pretty good job of knocking theirs down, so they're getting to the basket pretty well. I think the big thing again is just being able to take care of the ball.
As Bullock comes into the game for Thomas. And we'll have a line violation on the shooter. You don't see that very often, Coach.
No, you don't. A lot of that, again, that's mental. One is when you size yourself up. A big part is that, too, stepping off the line, kind of regrouping, then getting yourself set again. But again, unfortunate, but one that every now and then, like you said, you don't see it that often.
Martinez with a first triple of the night, but he's been able to shoot those in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the two bigs, Martinez and Durison, certainly big load. What you have there, where they have 16 of the 28 points at this point.
Again, great post here for Durison. Triple team down low. Still gets his own rebound, and he hit the deck hard. And it's going to go against Clyde Duffy, who was the one that picked up the bucket on the other end for Herron's last possession. So Durison going to the line for the first time tonight. He was 3 of 8. The other are against Indiana Def, missing the first one. Martinez with the rebound and can't get it, but great job by Dalen Bullock to sky in there and get
If you're Martinez there, you got to get that on the glass. I mean, you're in a position you weren't at the front of the rim. You know, it's a tough thing when you're under the basket and not to use the backboard. So
out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Wolves. Another team rebound. Now we have a Herron player down on the floor. Boilermaker Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in the field, in field construction and metal fabrication across Indiana. Whether it's a new build, upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Local 374 to get the job done right the first time, as the gentleman is being helped off the floor under his own power. That was Elijah Smith for Herron. Shaken up a little bit, but again, able to walk off on his own power. And now Parker has it for the Wolves. To Bullock. Wingo fakes the three, drives, kicks out. Three on the way is too strong, and an easy rebound for Herron.
Well, again, not much action there to where you're just passing around the perimeter, not having your opponent defend you at all, and never got into the lane. So certainly like to see more penetration, making that second line of a defense guard you.
Parker with the nifty footwork gets the lay-in to go. It's 32-16 and a quick turnover once again for Herron. Clyde Duffy was moving and the ball was going to go into the corner. So again, with 4 minutes to go, it started out looked like Herron was going to be able to stick with Providence Cristo Rey to start the second quarter, but PCR has been able to just work their offense and continue to put points on the board.
They certainly missed an opportunity there, even though it ended up paying off as they still get the basket by Grimes knocking it down. But Durson had his guy sealed with no weak side help. Would have been an easy uncontested layup.
And we're going to get a foul on the floor. It's going to go against Brian Parker.
And I think one thing that you've had some challenges here with PCR's defense here early on is more of on the points of penetration that Herron's attacking the basket. You know, Providence's defenders are bellying up on the dribble, and you don't want to do that until you're kind of mid-post at best, especially on the perimeter. You're just going to get called for that.
Parker.
Nice find. Great find there.
Finds Cohen down low, and again, nice drive, nice bucket.
Yeah, Parker, really great vision there, drawing the defense, and really nice little pass in here for Cohen's first basket of the game.
For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have been trusted partners for inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation. Ride with us. Call us today at 317-396-1023. And a hodgepodge of possession down low on the other end there for Herron.
Well, and a really forced shot there by Parker. I mean, drove into the lane with 2 guys and even had a third on the backside and still went ahead and shot. So really forced when you didn't need it.
Wingo drives, kicks. And now a rejection and a foul is going to go against
it's like Parker.
Parker, yeah. Brian Parker's going to pick up his second foul.
And really kind of back-to-back, force by Parker, that one as well. It's one thing in transition if you're one-on-one, but again, just didn't have much there and trying to force the issue and then makes a mental mistake on the back end after getting the ball deflected off the shot and fouling, 85 feet from the basket. So again, just a situation there that's just not going to give you things positive outcomes offensively.
And another turnover for Herron.
Well, and these are the types of things when you get these types of gifts from your opponent. You're not going to get them all, but you certainly need to get 50 to 60% off these points off these turnovers that you're getting, especially when they're self-inflicted. Nice move there by the big fella.
Yeah, Martinez able to spin around and get the easy fadeaway.
He's the leading scorer of the game right now with 9. Durson with 8. So again, they got 17 of the 36.
Herron can't answer on the other end. And Wingo Power dribbles, can't get that to go, and Durson can't get the rebound. And
nice find there, too.
Nice way for Cohen to add his 4th point for Herron.
And a lot of that is how you find baskets, is being off the ball. You know, what is your movement? You know, are you just watching the guy with his penetration, or are you following the penetration to the basket? And Cohen's got both of his off of scenarios like that. So great job there that we've seen by Tavion.
3 on the way, no good by Kendrick Thomas. 3 on the other way, no. Rebound by Jurison. And a timeout is going to go for Providence Cristo Ray. Waiting on what it's going to be. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here and say choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years, Dynamark builds strong relationships through exceptional service. Call us today at 317-328-2555. Also, Risk Work. We make people feel safe. We protect your business. You live safe. We got it covered. Call Risk Work today at 317-379-6755. And one more before we get into the game here. We build America Union, 500,000 strong, fighting for better wages and benefits, safer job sites, and greater opportunities. We are LiUNA. Grimes has it now in the corner, drives to the wing and loses the handle on it, but fights for it and gets it back. It's going to be a jump ball, and possession arrow goes to Providence Cristo Ray.
Well, these are the types of scenarios, too. You got 31 seconds. I'm not saying they're playing for a last shot by any means, but these are situational moments, especially for tournament play, where you have, you know, kind of you get back a possession off of a jump ball. How do you execute out of bounds with 30 seconds to go? Game management times like this really really will be critical in postseason play.
And a turnover is going to go to Herron. And
that's interesting.
We just had substitution, I'm guessing.
I think Keandre Wingo there's playing with the official. You know,
he was.
It's like, hey, can we have instant replay in high school?
Okay.
I didn't knock that out.
You brought this up now, so I'm going to ask you, since you've been on the sideline, do you want a shot clock in the sport?
Yes, I would like to see a shot clock.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about replay.
No.
We don't need that in high school.
No, but a shot clock. I know some coaches are purists. Some coaches want it.
Yeah, for a good amount of time, I wasn't so much for it. But I think over the last 4 or 5 years, I've certainly been swayed where I would like to see it more. I think it would certainly be more of an entertaining game, I believe. And I think the pace of the game in general. I mean, the NBA over the last 5 to 7 years has gotten so much faster. You've seen it in college as well. There's very few times that you see shot clocks getting exhausted, and I think it goes all the way down to high school ball. I think you're seeing a faster paced game, more open court game, and I think obviously that'd be on a 30. Well, I don't know what that'd be on, but
I'm fine with a 35. I'm fine with a 35.
Yeah.
Now I'll ask you this too, because again, Troy Darengowski would ask this anyway. Seeding the tournament, how are you for that one?
Oh, I would like to. I've always wanted to see that. I mean, even from when I was coaching, I think you have a lot of arguments around the state with various boys and girls sectionals. I don't think anybody wants to see the top 2 teams, face off in the first round, and I think there's parts of it that you've gained the respect and you've had the success throughout the year, and you've done that over 12 weeks, there should be some type of reward that you don't. Everybody wants to see that in a semifinal or a final and not the first game.
I think that also makes the conferences mean something a little bit more.
It does, a lot more, yeah.
Because I've noticed for some of these smaller schools, the conference means something. You get a trophy, good for you. For the bigger conferences like the MIC or something like that, we never had a trophy presentation for the winner.
Yeah.
So we'll continue this both after the break and off the air. But right now, Cristo Rey leads by 14 at the half.
Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year. IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. You know, donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities. For sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You can drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner, come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
That's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For Indiana SRN, this is Keith Myers.
Well, it's a tale of two quarters for Providence Cristo Rey. They open up the scoring with 21 points in the first quarter, 15 in the second. And as we mentioned, it's been Aiden Martinez and Treviar Durson leading the way for Providence Cristo Rey. Durson has 8, Martinez has 9. Others scoring for them, Brian Parker I have with 5, Dylan Bullock with 4, Keandre Wingo with 5, and Elijah Grimes with 5. For Herron, I have Elijah Smith with 5, Mason Young with 5, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, Jeffrey Allen with 4, C.J. Stevens with 2, Tavan Cohen with 4, and Clyde Duffy with 2. For their 22 points, 11 in each quarter. And Coach, coming into the second half, if you're Herron, what was your message to your boys at the break?
Well, I think the biggest thing is taking care of the ball. I mean, early on, I think it certainly put them – I'm not saying it would have made up the deficit that they have here by 14 at half, but I certainly think that it got them off to a very rough start where they weren't taking care of the ball. I mean, the other thing is both teams are kind of dealing with this. I mean, the spacing hasn't been bad. But it's when I look at offensive production, it's more going to be about what does the spacing look like, what does the ball movement look like, and what does the player movement look like. Those are the 3 components of any good offense. And again, I don't think the spacing has been too bad. I think it's actually been pretty good on both teams. But the player movement and certainly the ball movement. I think the ball movement has been a little bit better for Herron, even though they're behind. But I think, again, going back to the turnovers and what that has led Providence into is more some transition points has certainly been a big part of the difference.
Now, I know the newer way of talking about turnovers is live ball turnovers versus dead ball turnovers. It seems like Herron had a lot of those live ball turnovers. But as a coach, does that really affect the way that you look at the turnover battle here?
I wouldn't say so much here. I think they're both, at the end of the day, it still goes down as a turnover. It goes down, which results into a lost possession. So I'm not so much caught up in the analytical side of whether it was a dead ball or live ball turnover as much as it's still us not taking care of the ball. Now, here's the thing, though. I mean, when you talk about turnovers, they're imminent. They're going to happen, but it's how they happen. I mean, if you're getting them honestly and kids just pressing, it's one thing. But when you're just, as far as a bailout, and you pick your dribble up and a guy bellies you up and you just kind of toss the ball up, or it's not reading your defender, those are the types of things that I think on how you get turnovers.
Well, we'll have the second half after this. Again, Cristo Rey leads 36-22 at the break here on IndianaSRN.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Your kid's Friday night touchdown. Just Wit HD on Roku. IndianaSRN is bringing Central Indiana high school sports right to your living room in crystal clear quality. With over 350 live contests streaming each year, from football under the lights to basketball buzzer beaters, we're putting local athletes in the spotlight. Search IndianaSRN on your Roku device today and never miss a moment of hometown glory.
Tonight's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. Again, Coach, coming into the second half of this game, for Cristo Rey, what are you looking forward to? And for Herron, how do you battle back from a 14-point deficit?
Well, I think, again, as we just talked a little bit about the ball movement, player movement, I think you got to try to – I think Martinez is certainly I look at Martinez and Parker being more of the two brighter lights than what we expected maybe in Durison for that first half. I'd love to see Durison. I said this last year when I saw but it did one of his games as well. I love, him moving around mid-post, high post. But some guy at that length in his arms as well, or length of his arms, is setting him more on the block a little bit more, trying to get him sealed. And if not, if you don't get it by a 2 or 3 count, step out and get ball screens. We haven't seen much action on ball screens here tonight, but that's a great way to utilize him and take the big that they have to the outside as well.
Keandre Wingo almost getting a turnover here, but it's going to stay with Herron. How would you like to throw in with that, with both Durison and Martinez?
Both there.
Wingo can't get the putback, and Durison can't get the bunny either.
Well, one thing I don't like that Durison did there, I love that he got the carom just as he did here, but then he brought the ball down. You got the ball high, keep it high, bounce right back up. Bringing that down just, I think, caused him to miss that more or less, as you have Parker with a great attack there to get his first basket.
Martinez for a second three, can't get it to go. Durison with the rebound, and he'll go to the line once again.
Yeah, he's obviously getting to the line here to try to make up the 2 that he missed on the putback, but again, brought the ball down to where everybody else can get it. So we'd certainly like to see him, and at times you're not going to keep it above your head the whole time, but, if you got to bring it back down to your chin maybe, but gather yourself to where you're more load to explode and not bringing the ball down as he hits his first one here tonight from the line.
Yeah, that's something, once again, my coaching staffs that I've worked for always emphasize that chinning of the ball and making sure if you're the big, don't let those low guards get their hands in there. If you're going to go for the rebound, get it, and finish at the free throw line when you get an opportunity, as he wasn't able to do so there, splitting the pair.
We'll get some three-quarter court pressure here, trying to get them uncomfortable, a little hurried, but didn't pay off as obviously Smith knocks down the 3, the second on the night for him.
And don't look now, it's a 10-point ball game with Herron actually winning this quarter so far 5-1.
So it's another example here where Durison posts up and then he just holds his post. I mean, step out. I mean, there's just no activity with that. Foul there. Yeah, I saw that coming.
It's going to go against C.J. Stevens. I got him down for 2 fouls for Stevens.
The other thing that does by using Durison in that way, and the ball screen stepping out if you don't get it by a 2-3 count, it puts you in a pick and roll situation. I mean, he's a guy that's comfortable away from the basket, putting the ball on the deck. He got a couple baskets early on that way in the first quarter. And so I think, that's certainly something that's kind of missing in Providence's offense right now. But Durison hits first free throw of the 2. He's hit 2 of his last 3. See if he can capitalize here and make it 3 for 4. I think that might be not his first time, but I think that's the first time all night that Providence has hit both their free throws.
The only other time was Aiden Martinez in the first quarter, so it has been a while for them. And Bullock can't get the floater. Wingo for 3, too long. Durison with the rebound. He's going back to the line again.
That's 3 possessions in a row, and all off of offensive rebounds. That's part of the reason he's got a lot of cleanup around the basket. He's averaging 12 12 rebounds a game. Young man, again, as we mentioned before, will be taking his talents Northern Indiana to play Manchester College next year. It's at 3 in a row here. At 12 on the night, had 8 here in the first half, but all his points here in the third quarter, as we're just a couple minutes in, have been right here at the line.
And just like that, we're back to where we were at the halftime with Providence Cristo Rey leading by 14. And pressure leads to the turnover. And really, it's been Martinez being the main one at midcourt at that three-quarter court possession there that has caused problems for Herron.
And one of the problems is within the self with Herron is have an attack here. We'll talk about it here at the next dead ball. Oh, tough move. A little pastry on it. I think that was Parker, I believe.
Yeah, Jaden Parker with the reverse finger roll.
Yeah, good body control there. Really good job understanding the spin that he needed to put on the ball for it to kick off the glass the way that it did.
The other end, driving down low, can't get it. And Bullock is fouled.
Yeah, the last possession, though, that we had in the turnover, again, it was more self-inflicted more than it was Providence creating it. You know, whenever you're getting pressure, especially whether it's full court, you know, whether it's three-quarter or half, and any time you're wanting to break a press, you know, it's something when you catch the ball, first you got to turn and face and read the basket, but you always want to look down your sideline first. You want to look to the middle second, and you want to make the ball or the ball reversal or the pass behind you last. And we had a situation there where Allen was looking at the ball reversal as being the very first option, and it should be the last.
Durson once again going to this line.
Well, not only that, I mean, they're getting them in the bunches now. I mean, we're in a position, or Providence is in a position, you know, barely 2.5 minutes into the third quarter here, and they're already in the bonus the rest of the way for 5 minutes. So if I'm Coach Miller, even when I'm not getting the line off of putbacks or offensive rebounds, I'm looking in attack mode to try to get to the line.
High arcing free throw, no good this time by Durson. And we want to thank Officially Human. Our mission is to restore respect for the game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and court. Do your part. Practice good sportsmanship. No officials, no games. And Pat Cherry is your independent agent proudly representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him today at 317-894-7000 for coverage tomorrow as Durson misses both free throws. And on the other end, Jaden Parker is going to go to the foul line after the swat does not go. And Durson with the foul on the other end. First one short. We saw it in the first half. Jaden Parker had that lane violation. And almost looks like he hops when he goes to take that free throw. Bullock with the up and under, and he scores the first field goal for Providence Cristo Rey.
Well, you had Dalen didn't waste any time there. Great baseline attack, finding the feet underneath, but really good job by Bullock getting that shot off quick.
Parker drives, shot up, no good, rebound. Out of bounds to the Wolves. And I think if you're Durson and Martinez there, you got to fight for that. Don't just let it go out of bounds because that could have been disastrous and easy points for Herron. They luck out, however, and they are looking to extend this lead once more. Durson down low. Can't get the initial and loses it on the uptake. And now Parker driving for Herron. All the way to the hole. Reverse. Got it to go again.
Good job of straight line attack going to the basket. Got that to fall, much like a little bit on the other one as well, where he's kind of got his back to the basket. But good job reading that.
Durson gets into the field goal scorebook in the second half with that lay-in. Again, he was triple teamed, and Durson's going to pick up a foul here. Or no, they're going to give it to Wingo. At any rate, it's going to be Jeffrey Allen to the line, shooting 2 for Herron. And he was 1 of 2 in the first quarter. Missing there. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar of the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. Can you volunteer today? Call at 317-686-6239.
Allen converts a second. He's got 5 on the night.
And Cristo Ray looking. Durson down low, loses the handle and the turnover.
Well, never really got good possession of the ball before he tried to make his move there.
Allen, it hits the support and it goes out of bounds.
Durson on that last possession, almost just a little impatient, bit of a hurry, never really possessed the ball. What you want to do, as we talked about earlier, is chinning it, then getting your read. You got to be able to see where your defender's at. Are they sending a double down? Are they bringing help? Kind of assess it and read first before, and he just tried to get too much of him in a hurry.
Now he'll take a rest. He's deserved it. He's been getting hit every possession. Now Martinez travels with the ball.
Certainly a lot of whistles in this quarter between fouls on both teams and certainly turnovers as well.
And we're going to get a foul against, I believe, Wingo once again. Herron looking to drive. And it was actually against Kendrick Thomas on the foul.
You got to find the gaps if you're Herron. You got to find the gaps to penetrate. Here we go. Good. Here, get 2 to get and get kicks. That's good action there.
Smallest man on the floor gets the rebound, and Keandre Wingo. Now you have 5 on 4. And Cristo Ray can't do anything with it. As Parker was on the floor for a while. Shot long, no good. Rebound, Herron. Fast break. It's a turnover.
Steal.
And we'll get a timeout on the floor. Timeout's going to go for Providence Cristo Ray. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Coach, I mean, with this second half being very foul-heavy, it has extended what we thought was a very fast-paced first half.
No, it was. I mean, I think that the game's been a bit slower because of all the whistles, but I think that the pace of the play when live action's been taking place has certainly been a little bit more up-paced than I think either team's been able to be in a controlled sense. And I think that's what's caused some of the turnovers as well as even some of the desperate fouls that have taken place as well. I think Providence has done a little bit better job in this quarter converting some of those free throws than what they did in the first half. But again, it hasn't helped Herron by closing the gap, and it really haven't helped Providence grow on it because it's still a 13-point lead and they were up 14 and a half.
Durson's back into the game now as Bullock's three is long. Durson can't get that roll. Martinez with it, and he is fouled now.
Yeah, Providence doing a good job going to the basket, following these shots. Of course, it helps with the length of 6'7" Martinez and 6'6" Durson. If you're Herron, you certainly got to get bodies. It's got to be 5 to the glass and finding a man, though, and getting them sealed off. Force these guys to be able to go over your back as he knocks down the first. That's Martinez's first basket here in the second half, after having 9 being the leading scorer in the game there in the first half. He's in double digits now with 10, trying to make it 11 here. Seeing the full court press as we've seen Providence do. And that's the last thing you want to do against a press is taking the ball behind your back.
Bullock, nifty move, just leaving it short. And here's Smith all the way to the 10.
Yeah, taking it against the big fella, against Durson, getting the ball to drop.
Grimes down low to Durson.
Good find.
To Bullock to Wingo.
I like Wingo there as far as he had a shot, but he's passing up a good one to get a better one. Turned into a foul, though, here for coming up empty-handed Providence had. But again, you need that. You need to be able to pass up good ones to get better ones. Didn't quite work out on that possession, but certainly like the thought behind it.
It's going to be shooting foul for Herron as players slow to get up.
He's wanting one of his teammates to pick him up, but not getting help. But I don't know if it's a cramp. But, with the stop play, he is certainly going to have to come out of the game. So,
and this actually
Coach
favors Coach Smith or Coach Miller, as he gets to pick out of the 4 on the floor. Well, no.
I don't know why they're letting him stay, because he should have to come out of the game. Yeah, and he should with the stopped.
And great job by these referees to talk to one another. And yeah, there he goes. He goes out of bounds. Since the play had to be stopped, it goes to one of the other 4 on the floor, and it is Cristo Ray who picks the shooter here. And they pick Jaden Parker. Which again, he's 0 for 3 to start this game. Gets the roll.
Got 7 on the night.
All in this quarter. Again, now this lead has trimmed down to 11. Corner 3. Can't get it to go. Wingo can't get the putback. Martinez can't get it either, and it goes out of bounds to the Wolves. There's a lid on that basket for Providence Cristo Ray. Only 2 made free field goals in the quarter. Wingo to Grimes, 3, short. Rebound Herron. Here they go with 40 seconds left to go in the quarter. Parker drives, and it's going to stay here. And we have a kicked ball violation. I mean,
well, it's the first time, Herron in a long time that has had an opportunity to cut this to a single-digit lead. So, again, they're certainly in a good position to be, considering where they were at earlier, to go into this fourth quarter with potentially still being within reaching distance.
Wingo going to hold for the last shot here. Martinez, long three, short, air ball, and that is how this third quarter is going to come to an end. Providence Cristo Rey only being able to put up 2 field goals in the quarter. Herron able to cut the lead down to 11. We'll have the fourth and final quarter after this. You're watching it on IndianaSRN.
At Risk Work, we're Team Indiana through and through, from coaching youth basketball to protecting critical infrastructure. Like our partners at IndianaSRN, we invest in people first. That same grit and leadership on the court drives our work in cybersecurity. We help businesses stay secure, resilient, and ready with no guesswork. If you can trust us to protect the grid, you can surely trust us to protect your Indiana business.
It's game day, a time to focus on the excitement and not to worry about your insurance coverage. With Indiana Farmers Insurance by your side, you can step onto the field or into the bleachers with true peace of mind, knowing your coverage is handled by local agents who care about your business, your auto, your home, and your farm as much as you do. Local insurance, local agents, here for you. Now that's what we call teamwork.
Well, we got 8 minutes left to play in this ball game, and it has been a tale of two halves to start out. Providence Cristo Rey started this game on fire, but Herron in that third quarter, Coach, really stepped up the defense intensity.
Yeah, and I think there's things that obviously have allowed Herron to get back in this. It feels like the game is a little bit more than even what it is, but again, just down 11. They need to obviously work on situations to where they can get successive or back-to-back stops and climb back into this.
Wingo, corner, Grimes to Durson. Dribbles, fouled, and he's going to go back to the free throw line.
I don't like that move. I know you're doing what you want and getting the ball to your big fella down low. He drew 3 guys. He's got his back to the basket, and he's trying to shoot. And all while this is happening, the other 4 guys are standing. When you draw 3 guys to the basket, certainly your weak side guy needs to get to the basket. Would have been an easy find for Durson, but even the passer. I'd certainly always like to see the passer getting the basket cut. You got to draw and suck the defense in, see if he follows you or not.
Missing the first free throw. LifeWise programs support educators, communities by improving student outcomes. With LifeWise Academy, your community can bring biblical values back to the classroom. Call us today at 614-367-5767. Again, missing both free throws.
Well, after hitting 4 out of 5, looks like you're going to get a 10-second call.
10-second call.
And again, you're in a position where you're catching the ball. You got to look down your sideline, middle of the floor, ball reversal in that order. But you can't. You got to be aware of advancing the ball as opposed to just passing back and forth and then trying to put it on the deck.
Down low to Durson. One dribble, and he's going back to the line again. And once again, he hits the deck hard.
If I'm the coaching staff or even if I'm Durson myself, I'm working on free throws after every practice knowing that I'm going to get and-one opportunities or I'm going to draw a lot of fouls. I don't have the actual misses as well, but this has got to be about his 12th or 13th free throw tonight.
This will be free throw number 14.
Yeah, so I mean that's one thing really. Now at the next level, there's going to be a lot of guys just like you as far as that size, but gets one to drop here. But certainly from a free throw percentage, as much as he's going to be at the line, you want him at the mid to upper 70s.
And going back to your point on the missed free throws, he's 6 of 14 from the line. Again, I said this when they were playing Indiana School of the Deaf. Free throws are what's going to kill you in tournament time. And again, they have not been able to shoot free throws well here tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, between free throw percentage shooting, rebounding, and then turnovers, you look at those. If you manage those three well, not just tournament time, but throughout the season, you're going to be successul.
Back to the line he goes.
15 and 16 free throws. He's going to have easily probably 20 plus by the time the night's over.
Well, I was going to say this game was moving quickly, and we could have made it to a reservation if we would have, but why go anywhere else? You're looking for fresh, amazing food and servers who truly care about your experience. Aspen Creek Grill, you got to try it. And again, the one in Noblesville's the closest one to us at the studio.
Well, they just opened one in Whitestown now.
Oh, there's 3 now.
Yeah. Where's the other one?
Greenwood, yes. Yeah. And actually.
Yeah, Whitestown just opened about 2 months ago, probably.
Okay. I know of the Greenwood one because my brother's rehearsal dinner is going to be at the Greenwood one on March 20th again. So I am looking forward to that. My brother's looking forward to getting married.
I've never been. I've heard
it is great food.
Good
it is good food, reasonably priced. It is amazing.
Yeah, the Whitestown one's been pretty crowded.
The one in Noblesville is the one I am very familiar with, as that one is good to go for C.J. Stevens.
Yeah, great touch there. Again, they're sticking around. I mean, if they can be within, 6 or 7 points with, 4 minutes to go, certainly can be in a good position. Certainly be great to get one starting here. Ooh, might have traveled, but nonetheless wasn't called and got an easy, fast break here. Yeah, maybe not.
I was going to say, can they convert it? Nope. Fast break the other way. Parker for 3, short. And, dangerous pass. Connection, 3 on the way, short again. Third opportunity and gets it to go.
Well, and it goes to Stevens again on the putback. And they're at 9 points now. First time they've been inside 10 since midway through the first quarter.
Timeout. Cristo Ray. It's going to be a full one. We'll take it with them. You're watching it on IndianaSRN.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
Well, once again, it's a 9-point game, which we have not seen since the first quarter when Cristo Ray went bananas with a 21-point output. 49-40. The score here, 2-on-1. Martinez, there's the first slam of the night. Gets the crowd into it.
Well, I was going to say, this is the first time you've seen Herron with three-quarter court or full court pressure, and you saw what it got them, and certainly might be a spark that PCR is looking for. That always gets the crowd going, and they climb back to a double-digit lead.
3 on the other end. Can't quiet this crowd, and it's going to be out of bounds to Herron. Oh, no, they're okay. It's going to be a foul on Providence. It's going to be foul on Martinez. And now we have stoppage and play again. The referee's going back to the bench. Foul. I saw 12. Well, there is no 12 on either team. Or no, there is. Savion Muhammad. But he's not in the game for our Providence Cristo Rey. It was a foul on 21 on Eakins. Yeah, it was a foul on Herron's Willem Eakins. But it does not matter as it's a turnover on Providence Cristo Rey. Corner 3, Eakins. And as a header out of bounds to Providence Cristo Rey. Pressure here. Bullock gets it to Wingo. And now Wingo having problems, gets it to Bullock. Now to reset this offense. Oh, dangerous pass. Parker. Durson, and we have offensive foul on Durson.
It might have been a little bit of theatrics, but either way, it worked. I think he was certainly moving, but at the same time, Stripe saw it going the other way. And again, Herron still got an opportunity to cut this to single digits here with a 2 or a 3.
Ooh.
I don't even know if he was
Parker
was
established himself back inside. Yeah. And at any rate, Wingo gets the steal and the easy lay-in on the other end. His first point since the first quarter. And leads back to 13. But Elijah Smith on the other end, having himself a huge second half.
He's got 13 on the night.
Martinez, foul on the floor. It doesn't matter. He's going to be shooting free throws as the Wolves are going to be shooting free throws the rest of the night. Martinez gets the hometown roll. Extends this to 12. And makes them both again. He is 6 of 6 from the foul line as the big man.
He's got 15 on the night now.
Dangerous pass, but gets a corner 3 to go.
And needed that. That's his Smith's second 3 of the night. Still keeping it respectable. Still enough time here. 10 points. They got to take care of the ball and hope that they can create Providence into some turnovers. Again, you got to work on successive stops.
As get substitutions on the floor. Kendrick Thomas checks into the game for Providence Cristo Rey.
And I don't believe he's been in. I think this might be his first action of the night, if I recall.
He's able to get it into the corner.
Oh, good. Good action there.
And Durson with the and one opportunity.
Going for his 12th point here in the second half and trying to get to 20.
And the crowd's chanting MVP, and he has definitely been that in his 4 years with Providence Cristo Rey. Can't get the and one. And errored pass. Leads to another turnover for Herron.
Looks like we had a 11th player trying to get on
Yeah,
the floor there. Had a little youngster.
Little man.
Yeah, he's like, put me in. I don't need to check in. Start him early. Good job here. Really good job of ball movement. All 3 passes, catch, face, turn, advance the ball with the pass instead of the dribble. You only had 1 dribble out of that, the whole length of the floor to get dunk. So, yeah, it's a great job.
And Martinez, however, on the other end, just buddy. No. Martinez with the bucket, and then Martinez with the foul, and now Jaden Parker is down for Herron. Let's go ahead and see if we can get our. Let's see this play again, and Craig, just talk about this again.
Well, so we got turn and face here. We got to pass up. Got 1 dribble and no dribbles, and you end up getting a dunk. So, I mean, advance the ball from out of bounds and only took 1 dribble. And, for any of those young players that are out there watching, that's a textbook way in terms of how you want to break a press.
Again, so great job for Providence Cristo Ray to break the press.
Well, the 2 highlights, obviously, tonight, Durson's got 19. Martinez has 17. I think Martinez and as I mentioned, I think Parker's done a great job. He's only got 5 points, but there's so many things, the intangibles that guys can do on a floor that is beyond the points. I think Wingo's done a great job, as he's always done, in terms of the pace and pushing the ball up the floor, getting them into their sets and transitions. And again, Wingo's just a sophomore. Started last year for him as a freshman.
We're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and the community we share. Whether you're looking for the right career or the perfect candidate, we're here to help. Call the Morales Group today at 317-472-7600. As Mason Young made the first and the second free throws, as once again Jaden Parker helped off the floor. And Durson can't get the jam, but gets the reverse lay-in.
It's his 21st point of the night. Comes up with a block there. That's another thing. I mean, obviously, Durson's averaging 5 blocks a game. I think that might be one of his first tonight that I recall, that averaging 5 per game on the year.
And now we have timeout. Herron once again.
And now right back to where we were at half with a 14-point lead.
What are we? Still waiting on the call. 30-second timeout. Herron. Support high school and college athletics across Indiana while putting your business in front of thousands of local loyal viewers each week. Contact Coach at IndianaSRN.org. And again, tomorrow, not only does Herron have games to go on, but the network as a whole has quite a few events traveling as well. Jerry Collins is going to be at the Natatorium working with the Indiana High School Champions Network for the boys swimming and diving. Then on IHSAA or on IndianaSRN.org and the HCAC network, we have the men's and women's basketball championship and the HCAC track and field indoor championships as well. All here on the network. You can catch the HCAC tournaments here. 2 minutes to play, and Providence Cristo Ray leading big, slowing it down. Parker drives, lays it up, no good, but he's going to go to the foul line. His first trip to the foul line since the first quarter where he was 1 of 4. And Kent leaves it short. Coach, I've always known when you leave those short this late in the game, it's tired legs.
Yeah, it certainly can be that or not even just using your legs. But now let's see what he comes on this one. Got this one to drop.
Substitutions on the floor with 1:47.
Well, we'll see if this type of lead will put Coach Miller in a position where he can maybe walk off some of his seniors and get each of them a walk-off on their last game here on their home floor as Durson comes up with another block.
There we go. The clock starts this time. Corner 3, Durson gets another block. Grimes to Wingo.
Gotta move the ball.
And now down low to Durson. 2 dribbles. Up. No good. Martinez going to give it a go. And going to stay here. With 1:25 left to play. Grimes to trigger the inbounds to Durson. Durson to Martinez. Now Wingo has it to reset this offense. A 15-point victory. So if it stands now, but Wingo gets another basket to roll in. Three on the other end. Yes, sir.
It's his fourth of the night, I'm sorry. Well, Smith has 19 tonight for Herron here.
Durson tried to go for a dunk, and instead he's going to go back up to the line. And there's Coach emptying out his bench. Oh, maybe.
It looks like Durson's going to get his 17th and 18th free throw, I believe is what it is tonight. So certainly a young man has gotten to the line. And
so 36.3 before Crystal Ray goes to 500 on the year.
Just 2 seniors on the team, and Durson and Grimes. And I don't think Elijah's even on the floor right now, so just have Durson to get off the floor. Is he out there?
Yeah, he's right.
Oh, okay, I see him. Yeah. So hopefully take them. And this might be him here.
Oh, yeah, there goes Grimes off the floor for the final time in his career as a Providence Crystal Ray Wolf on his home floor. Of course, again, he has sectionals still to play, and they'll play either Eminence or Central Christian Friday night at 6 o'clock. And Durson makes that, and he's going to walk off the floor for the final time tonight on his home floor. And you definitely hear the chants, and he has been that for them throughout his career here at Providence Crystal Ray. Over 1,000 point scorer, able to resurrect this program and to make it better than when he got here. And that's the biggest thing if you're a player, I feel, Coach, is that you want to leave the program better than when you found it.
Yeah, and they certainly have done a good job. I think, it's always tough sometimes with the smaller schools and being in a position, but, shout out to all the families that stay committed to what they're doing, buy into to not just the athletic side, but the academic side of things and the culture of each of these schools.
3 is going to count, as it's going to be 50 or a 65-56 final for Providence Cristo Rey. They finish the year 12-12 and will once again play Eminence and Central Christian, while Herron falls to 5-17. They still have Eminence to play tomorrow night, and then they will face the winner of Cathedral or Indianapolis Shortridge on Friday night as well. Both those games are going to be 6 o'clock for both Herron and Cristo Rey. As once again, sectional play starts next weekend, starting Tuesday, on Tuesday. And we got 3 sectionals for ourselves as well. Want to thank Daniel Thacker for being at Providence Cristo Rey, Greg Smith for being on the 1 and 2s tonight, and Coach Cox, always great to have you beside me.
No, it's been a pleasure. Appreciate that, and thanks for all of our viewers here tonight.
I'm Justin Griffiths. Have a great night, everybody.